AI gaming marketing agency services. What works and what's hype coming into 2026? Well, first of all, AI is everywhere in iGaming marketing right now. Every tool claims to automate growth, replace teams, or literally print money. But in a regulated industry like iGaming, using AI blindly is one of the fastest ways to create compliance risk, get fined, and potentially lose your gaming license. So today I wanted to break down what actually works in AI and what's mostly hype. Well, firstly, iGaming is different. AI behaves very differently in regulated markets. What works in other industries like e-commerce or SaaS doesn't automatically work in gambling. You're dealing with platform policies, licensing rules, geo restrictions, responsible gambling requirements, and brand risk. Usually there's at least two or three regulatory bodies in any market that you're advertising in or active in. And what we do within all of the AI marketing that we do, we always put those policies in, we always put those documents in. So every single tweet, post, article, press release, whatever it might be, we always feed that content through at least 3 or 4 sets of compliance documents to ensure it's safe. So you really need guardrails, not shortcuts. Whatever you do, you can't these days just type into ChatGPT, write me an article about this, without any compliance guidance and safeguarding, because otherwise you might be popping out social media posts or articles that might get big 5, 6, 7 figures fines these days. So where AI genuinely adds value in iGaming marketing is all about scale, consistency, and quality. It's not about making decisions. So we see really strong results with AI for functions like keyword research, technical SEO, drafting SEO content frameworks, internal linking structures, page hierarchies and content silos, running your ad copy and social media copy and articles through AI to do the compliance testing for you, giving it data and asking it to react and optimize campaigns around that, particularly metadata, structured content blocks, templates, cleaning and normalizing performance data, affiliate outreach, SEO content, basic social media posts. In all of these cases, given enough information, then AI can replace comfortably repetitive junior level tasks and leave the humans to manage the strategy, oversee the copy, and to manage the human side of the business, for instance, with relationship management and relationship building. An AI robot is never going to turn up to ICE or a Sigma conference and do your meetings for you. Really, you have to understand where its hype is and where it's just bullshit, frankly. Fully automated SEO, there's no such a thing. Set and forget PPC, AI is never going to do it. Images, infographics, videos, if you want to start posting those in a regulated market, then it's a matter of when, not if, you're going to get busted. Certainly if you haven't got all the compliance interpretation structured properly within your AI system. In iGaming, it's not just unrealistic, it's dangerous. In regulated markets, a tweet or a post or one sentence that's wrong can easily breach the regulations and get you a fine. The fines escalate, a few fines, and you go out of business. It's happened to some of the biggest brands, particularly new entrants in the markets, who don't understand each country has its own regulations and that needs to be adhered to. And AI just doesn't understand regulation context. It doesn't understand commercial nuance, and it doesn't understand platform enhancement patterns and enforcement patterns unless that information is fed into the system. And even then, it needs to be human checked. I mean, the risk that most teams miss with AI, it's not just bad performance, it's silent damage and the liability and risk of non-compliant posts and content in your name in the public domain. That can start with accounts getting restricted, domains getting restricted, then full out company bans on platforms like Google and Meta, and also some of those signals that you have to adhere to with Google Ads. Those are now transposing to SEO as well. So you've got to be honest with your reviews. You've got to have trust signals, and brand traffic is really more important than it's ever been. Um, what It's all about governing the AI and having your prompts. You can't just use your standard ChatGPT. It has a limited bandwidth, and it can't compute big processes. Like for instance, when I write an article, I've got a 18-stage process in AI. So it does 18 different commands, 18 different prompts. Each is rechecking, and most of those have the bandwidth of an average of 20, 30 ChatGPT prompts. So, for instance, when we AI engineer an article, probably has 200 or 300 hours of work in it. It's using the most modern AI systems, and it costs a lot of money relative to your average ChatGPT prompt. But that's analysing. For instance, in the UK, we'll analyse the documentation and compliance rules from the UK Gaming Commission, the Advertising Standards Agency, Google, Meta, all these different platforms. So before our system's written a thing, it's already understood the compliance before it gears into action. The right way to use AI, you really need to see it as an internal accelerator. It's not an external brain. It's not competing and replacing you. It's up for you to master it, to do your job to a better quality, and ultimately increase your output. Like, for instance, I spent a week recently programming a load of junior level SEO content, social media work, and it's doing like 20,000 hours a month for roughly about £1,000, €1,200, $1,300 a month. It's the same as having a full-time team of 100 junior level marketing executives, costing me like $10 each a month or something. The cost savings there should not be ignored. But that's all about speeding up execution. It improves consistency. The quality is much higher, frankly, than a human could produce on a daily basis, never mind the output. But ultimately, although that's programmed strategically to be compliant, the accountability always remains on the manager. So everything does need to be checked, even if just skimmed. All of that content before going out. So if you're using AI in iGaming marketing or considering it, the question really isn't should we use AI, it's how do we use it, where do we use it, how can we use it safely, and what functions can we use it for and what we can't. Like for instance, you can't use AI for video. You can't just pump out automated videos because the technology just isn't there. Like for instance, I put together 100 videos for a client's TikTok account, just shorts. One of them, most of them are fine, but in one of them, pretty bizarre. It had a drone flying down the strip in Las Vegas. That was all looked fantastic, but years ago that would have cost tens of thousands of bucks to organise. But for some reason, it put some audio of a crying baby towards the end of the short, which was utterly bizarre. So it had numerous prompts saying, don't put anyone under the age of 25, only put kind of mature adults in. But for some reason, it just slapped the audio of a crying baby in the middle. That's the sort of thing that would get a brand fined, potentially banned from TikTok, YouTube, wherever they put it. And it could also get in trouble with your license. That brand's had numerous warnings. That could be the straw that breaks the camel back, and they lose their license, and it ends up costing them millions. So ultimately, we use AI for iGaming operators and affiliates, but we use it responsibly. We check everything we do with a human eye, all of the content before it goes live. So there's no compliance risk really, as far as we're concerned. So if you'd like a second opinion on your AI setup, you'd like to set up some new AI programs to help grow your marketing department and help alleviate some work from your marketing department, free up a bit more time to focus on some of the strategic work that I know you're good at, then all of my contact details are below. Thanks for your time. Thanks very much for watching.